Hey guys, it's Peyton. I have a quick film review for you today, and it's a bad one. Well, the review's good, but the film was horrible. Apartment 1303, written and directed by Michael Taverna, starring Misha Barton, Julianne Michelle, and Rebecca De Mornay. So this movie is supposedly made by the same people that made The Grudge, the American remake, and maybe that's why it sucked so much. I mean, when Misha Barton has the best acting in a film, you know there's something wrong, right? She really does shine amongst her award-winning cast, and by award-winning, I mean the Razzies. Okay, all jokes aside, I'd be seriously surprised if the film and its cast were not at least nominated for a Razzie. Honestly, I would rather rewatch I Know Who Killed Me, starring, and I use that term loosely, Lindsay Lohan, than I would rewatch Apartment 1303. It was that bad. Alright, so we've got these two sisters. We've got Janet and we've got Laura. Laura's older, Janet's younger. Their mom is a freaking basket case. She was like, okay, picture like Britney Spears when she's like 50 and she's trying to get out this new hit and how she's going to be with her kids. Okay, that's basically what's going on here. They've got this mother named Maddie Slate, and she grew up a pop star. Had her first hit when she was like 17, and now she's all washed up and getting old, and all she does is like drink herself into stupors trying to come up with her next number one hit and everything. Then she gets mad and pissed off at her daughters, the girls, and blah 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 to just mess. So Janet is like, I'm not gonna deal with this anymore, and she goes apartment hunting. And being the young and naive little girl she is, she signs the lease on the first apartment that the realtor shows her. So she calls her big sister Laura and is like, hey, guess what? I got an apartment, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you never signed the lease on the first one. And then all this stuff starts happening when she's in the apartment that night. She realizes she's not alone. She's got a pervy maintenance man who's like, hey, you need help with the rent? Ha ha ha. I can get you a discount. Ha ha ha. We can work out a deal. Ha ha ha. Perv. So it's like, oh look, there's a haunted place, which in this case is an apartment. Okay? And oh look, I found out that someone died in this haunted place, and it was not by natural causes. They were probably murdered. Oh my gosh, no kidding. And oh my gosh, if you were to go and actually do the research of the places that you're moving into, then you would see that these people were killed in unnatural ways, and now anyone that's tried to live in the house since then has died within a week. Maybe you should go find somewhere else to live. But no, people don't use their brains anymore. And it kind of bothers me that the horror industry now is reliant on stupid people and their inability to use their brains. What the hell? What the hell, man? What the hell? But that's just how it is these days. People don't use their brains anymore. Maybe someday. Alright, so we've got this, dun dun dun, that's not really a dun 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 moment at all. The graphics in horror movies these days are very important since they can't come up with good stories anymore. See Psycho, that was an amazing movie, amazing story, very minimal effects. It was in black and white. There was a little bit of blood for the shower scene and the arbitrage scene and things like that. But other than that, there's very, very, very little special effects. Hitchcock wanted it to be in color, but he couldn't get the money to get it in color. So it was in black and white, and it's still one of the best horror movies ever made. Nowadays, people need things like the makeup, the costumes, the CGI, and all that type of stuff because it's the only way that a film is going to be at least a little bit interesting because the stories suck. I understand that not everyone can do that, come up with a story like Psycho is not an easy task. I would know. I have trouble every day coming up with stories and ideas that are amazing, but you know what? Everyone starts somewhere. Some of my ideas are crazy. Some of them I think would actually be kind of fun, but they wouldn't be like adult reads. But who cares? I have a story to tell and I'm going to tell it. Okay, this is not a writing vlog. Peyton, this is not a writing vlog. Alright, so as I was saying, the horror industry, like, you have to have your special effects. Now, in apartment 1303, it honestly looked like they had a $10 effects budget, and those $10 were taken to the dollar store where they bought zombie makeup Halloween kits. And then they went down to the local schoolyard, hired a bunch of kindergartners to put the makeup on them in exchange for Otter Pops if it's summer, and candy canes if it's winter. And that's it. That's all that it was. There was like nothing. Even, spoiler, one of the girls gets pushed out the window or jumps or something like that. And even then, like, there's going to be a lot more blood on the floor than there was. It was like it was no big deal. Like, nothing came out of her. Like, she just fell, but her body held on to everything. It's all good. She fell, like, 13 floors. Hello? Okay, anyways. And then the acting. As I said, when Misha Barton is the best in a movie, there's a real problem. I feel like there wasn't even acting in this film because bad acting, like, you can only do so many things to acting and still have it be considered acting bad or really bad or whatever. Sometimes it was like they were just standing there reading off their lines. I don't know. It was really bad. I gave the film half of a star for, you know, getting up and going right away, and then I gave it another half for having some stuff that surprised me in the middle. But other than that, I give it 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 10, depending on what rating system you want to use. I would not recommend this to anyone. I had it on my computer and sent a copy of it in order to do a review. So there's my review. It sucks. I did not enjoy it at all. Sorry. And I'm really, really lenient on movies usually. I'm not one of those people who sits there and tears movies apart. But this was just really bad. Do something else with your time. Like read a book. Or watch a Stephen King movie if you really want to be scared. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today, and I will see you in my next video, okay? Bye!